Greetings, my friends. I am called to return, to continue to speak, to comment on the great energetic transformation that is happening here. I am an artist. I'm a spiritualist. Take what resonates with you. I speak from my own perspective, and I want to talk about this great solar flash and the collective ascension. But it's I thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and to comment, and for your donations. It's very kind. I wanted to say that it's very important to learn to be constant, to have constancy in relationship, in relation to the stability of our vibration in the light, because. And not to judge ourselves when we fall off the wagon, but to be very constant, because God can only rely on the souls that we're being prepared for when we demonstrate that we are constant, that we don't go off the track too often. So it's like it's a progress, and we always have a plethora of spirit and guides to assist us, spirits and angels. But we have to understand they can help us in many ways. They can send us people, they can send us opportunity, they can send us resources. Ask your guides. Yet they live in a world where they have no lack, they have no physical needs, and they have no money. They have no need for any of that. So it's like. Yet we chose to come into this world of deep limitation, density, and impure world, this world of chaos and conflict. Well, not just that, but it's a heavy world, just to assist in the purification of this planet, to assist the collective ascension. So it is very important to understand. Your guides will do all they can, or the spirits, the ascended masters, the archangels, to assist you from the planes where they are at. Just as God will only do what He can, will not learn our lesson for us, but He can do so much. So all continue to ask to receive. We have to live in a world that is completely disconnected, full of greed and avidity and conflict and competitions. Yet it is our mission to connect to the sphere of the inner light, the unity consciousness. For all, we have the totality of God within us already. That's something we need to do. It's not easy to accept when I see the amazing reality that God, the freedom, the abundance that God is preparing for me. It's really hard for me to fully integrate that, given the extreme limitation and poverty I have to live within right now. So it's very it's a challenge, but less and less I pay attention to the sort of the ego that breaks me back to the physicality of that, in order to tune in to the frequency of love, light, peace. And but it's important to choose love and unity instead of separation, because we get it. We are used to survive in this reality of constant limitations. For life is not created to survive or just to exist, but it is created to live, to enjoy. And so that is really what we seek. It is our goal to have to increase the quality of our life. I think most people will agree with that. So that's something we can get a consensus pretty easily on. To get a better quality of a life, to choose the freedom of the internal now. And so, because the ego will keep dragging us back to the realm of illusions, will point out all the illusions. It's like, but we're paying less and less attention to such an ego sorts of limitations. Yet it takes a lot of perseverance to achieve this inner peace through meditations. Do not judge yourself when you don't achieve the goal of being at peace, serene, lucid, and feeling like on top of the world. So but keep practicing your courage to face your shadows, to face your limitation, to perfect your character. Keep practicing your compassion, to love yourself, to do good around you. Practice love, and to practice lucidity, wisdom, to practice meditation, to be in a receptive mode, to tune in to the frequency of our eternal soul. For what is true on one level is completely false on another level, and that is like on every dimension. So we have to accept that there is many messages that may be true for many people that are just awakening, but for us we moved on, and so just go to whatever comes to you. For here I'm addressing most people that would listen to my message are already well on their way to awakening and self-mastery. For instance, on the fourth dimension, when we dream, we are completely in the fourth dimensions. And when we dream, we can levitate, we can fly. The gravity has no grab on us. So it's like, but in the third dimension, gravity will hold us back, will hold us here. And so it is important to 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 move step by step and to realize slowly but surely we're learning higher truths and preparing ourselves for the next level, the fourth dimensional earth, which I'm going to discuss in a... There was a book, that was an amazing book that I didn't read the whole thing in the 80s that came out. It was called The Course in Miracle. The essence of that book is that what we're able to give another, we're giving to ourselves. What we do to anyone, we're doing to everyone. So just that's a very powerful principle to tune into the frequency, to learn compassion in relationship to all that affects our consciousness, to understand every soul is on its level and every soul is aware of the ascension and just conditioned by their free will as well. And when we discover something very important, a light, something very truth, or something, it's important to find a way to share it with others, to bring to others' attention, and ask your God presence. I am present. I thank you for manifesting my highest dreams and desire. I thank you to do that for my highest good and for the highest good of all. To learn to give more power to our God self. And don't let the doubts prevent you from knowing that the kingdom of God is already yours. Realize God is perfect. Maybe many people can accept that God only knows infinite perfection. But everything that God creates is perfect as well. God does not create imperfection. So imperfections are illusions. So you are perfect. I am perfect. Everything is perfect. Repeat to yourself. Tune into the perfection. And when there is imperfection that comes in, just see it as something to overcome, something to fix, something to heal, something to grow from. So just tune in, put more attention into the perfection of all that is, letting go of the ego chessboard. If we can contemplate the great chessboard of reality, the political stage and all that, but we do need to let it go in order to move into the higher frequency of love and unity. And there is really no need for self-aggrandizement or to embellish the truth. That's really something when we tell a story, don't embellish the truth. Well, unless you're writing a fiction, then of course you're going to embellish it if you're writing a fiction. But it's better to stick to the truth. And there is no need for self-aggrandizement. We're already a grandiose extension of the one creator. That's plenty enough. And let your feeling guide you rather than... So it's like when we're not feeling great, we need to learn to gently redirect our thoughts to find those good feeling thoughts. And I'm really looking forward to this coming solar flash, because it is the result of all the inner works that the whole collective of enlightened the 144,000 or the light workers, the star seeds, the teachers of light on the planet incarnated have created. But it's not going to be a cosmic free pass. It's not going to be ascension for all. It will just assist, it will just awaken, but it's not for us basically because we don't really need it. We've created those solar flash within our consciousness already. I'm really looking forward to it because it's like it's a God help. It's like God will just assist the whole collective of humanity to move us from third to fourth dimension. So it's like the physicality, all kinds of things will become possible afterwards. But we don't really need it. We can already pass through for me, it's my consciousness that ascended to the fifth or sixth dimension and above for a very long time. It's just I have to deal with the physicality of my third dimension and the emotional fourth dimensional body that's connected to my thoughts that are relative to the third dimension. But so we don't really need, our consciousness can ascend regardless of solar flash or not. Personally, I'm not waiting for the ascension. So I'm not waiting for the solar flash. I'm not waiting for the first contact, the galactic. I'm waiting for my mécène to call me so I can get my finances to start my project. This project is all about awakening the consciousness, to start a new renaissance, to prepare the first contact, to prepare the golden age, to awaken humanity. And it's all about creating this new renaissance. But so it's all about turning points. We have many turning points in our life. For me, I had one in 1987 when I became aware of that God is. Then in 1992, I started to travel in the universe. I met all my spirit guides and became conscious of my ability to travel into the other dimension. In 2001, I was forced to return to France because my project in New York fell through in September when there were those events. Then in 2007, there was this great shift of energy that were preparing those 5 years before the there was all the galactic increase in galactic energies to prepare for the 2012, the great shift of energy. Then in 2020, there was the great awakening of the collective humanity. A lot of people awakened into 2020. And now this year of completion, 2025, is a new plateau. So expect a lot of revelation this year. Coming, it's going to go and increase crescendo, and next year there's going to be a great acceleration because humanity needs to come out of its ignorance. Ignorance that there is other civilization in the universe, ignorant that there are eternal beings inhabiting a physical biological body, and ignorant about the fact that they are connected to Father Mother God, to the One, and to Plato of intelligence, to the inner kingdom of God, to their spiritual self. But we still have to deal with certainties. Those things are certainties, but there are a certain level of unpredictability in relationship to certain soul happening. It's all happening little by little, but it will take time depending on each soul's evolution level. So but we do. I think with my project, I'm going to be able to liberate a lot of light workers around the world. It's going to be because the starseed and light workers needs to be liberated and free to expand their programs in order to prepare humanity, and the rest of humanity will take a little bit longer. But who is willing? The universe is really the constancy. Returning to the idea of constancy and responsibility. Who's ready to assume the responsibility of creating this new world in the fourth dimension to move us to the fifth dimension eventually? But many will leave in the course of the next few years because their soul, some of them will choose to continue the ascension on another plane. But a lot of them are not ready for the ascension, and the soul knows that, so they will leave and continue their soul program, just as well as there's going to be many children that are going to be born, who are born, are coming, or have been coming, and will continue to come with advanced consciousness. And but the solar flash remained the main event for the ascension of the collective consciousness and the shift of dimension. But maybe there is a waiting for certain alignment of certain beings. There is the fulfillment of certain soul plan. The plan of God is so grandiose. It is too vast to be speculated upon. Even the galactic and the celestial cannot tell you when the solar flash will happen. Maybe those in the realms of infinity will not do know, but they are very discreet. When you ascend, you learn to be discreet about certain things that you cannot talk about because it's not authorized. God tells you to keep it to yourself. You keep it to yourself. You learn to be fountains of discretion, so to speak. But we generate enough light, so we don't really need the solar flash yet. We will welcome it with great. I'm very excited. If it comes, it will be very. It will be very exciting to see what will happen, because I do think it's more than probable. I think it is pretty much a certainty that it will happen eventually, because it will, and that will activate all kinds of inner potential within our DNA. Well, the DNA, as always, they call it junk DNA, but there's no junk within our DNA. It's just there is dormant codes that are awakening little by little, and the cosmic energies are assisting. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you very much. Do not forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment, and for your donations. And so it's the observer of the day is house cleaning. We're still doing this house cleaning. The eclipse are really assisting. There's great big eclipse that's coming in the solar eclipse in a few days. The highest wisdom is trust and faith. Trust in yourself, trust in God, trust in the plan, trust in the life and what is unfolding in life, and trust in the miracles that are coming. What we need to understand is flexibility. We need to be firm on our principle, but flexible on everything else. The intransigence, it has to be this way, it has to be that way. A lot of people have, no, it has to be that way. It's like and it creates like a lot of tension. So we're learning to be very flexible. God is the most liberal, the most conservative, but he's also the most liberal. He accepts to live through all process. What we need to do is to understand what is not for us, is not for you. A lot of things are not for you. You can let go. The soul will maintain and keep what is important, but a lot of things we need to let go. Ascension is more about letting go of many things than anything else. And the outcome will be an exchange of gift, a path of grace and ease. The process here, we have a cat and a fairy. Yeah? So it's like an exchange of energy, so that well, I'm really, as soon as I get my house, I'm going to get a new cat. I miss having a cat around. But in ancient Egypt, I don't know if you saw that, but in ancient Egypt, if somebody would kill a cat, even by accident, it could be punishable by death. So cats were very, very worshipped. They were really honored, and they still are. They're wonderful little creatures. So we're going to be moving into this energy of grace. Well, the exchange, it has to be a fair exchange. It says we're moving into a win-win situations. We're moving into a world of cooperations, and it's important to hold our principle, to be fair, to be honest, to be truthful, to share what we have, what we know, what we have, but to be flexible, to remain, understand what we need to, not to be too severe in our judgment. Sometimes I see it. Sometimes I'm a bit severe on some level. But the spirit reflects you, and there is no judgment in relationship to any of that. It's just love. It's just experience, and what we're all moving towards, what we seek is to improve the quality of our life. I think we can all agree that we seek to improve the quality of our life, and I know the life that is coming will be quite amazing. So prepare yourself as best as you can for liberated and abundance, for liberation, abundance, freedom, creativity, love, peace, and unity. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.